Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's post-conference webinar, The Best Comprehensive and Flexible Platform for Streamlining Complex Workflows, presented by Blue Rhythm, a BCA conference exhibitor. My name is Maria Augustine, and I will be the moderator for today's session. Please note that throughout the presentation, all phone lines will be muted. This will minimize any background noise or feedback that could distract from the presentation. We will be gathering your questions throughout Blue Rhythm's presentation, and we'll send them directly to Andy to follow up with you. We'll also be recording the presentation, and it will be available on our on our BCA's YouTube channel in a few days. Today's presenter is Andy Martin. Andy is the president and founder of Blue Rhythm with 15+ experience in building design, construction, control system, and project management, as well as an MS in software engineering and several industry certifications. Welcome, Andy. I will now turn the controls over to you.
Great, thanks Maria, and welcome everyone. I appreciate you joining and your interest. So today we'll keep this short and sweet for everyone. It'll be a good kind of crash course and introduction to Blue Rhythm, what we're about, the way we think about our product and the industry and our approach. And of course, if anyone wants to learn more and really dig into whether or not this is a good fit for you, definitely reach out. I have my contact info at the end, and would love to talk to you. So the way we describe Blue Rhythm and the way we talk about it and design it is as a technical project management platform. That means it's designed for technical workflows in the industrial and commercial construction industry, like commissioning, especially test and balance, completions, various equipment data management workflows, and other technical workflows that you encounter where traditional project management tools might fall a little bit short in terms of the level of depth and complexity that they can handle for workflows. So there are other tools, of course, for commissioning and similar work on construction projects. The attempts thus far, however, have come up a little bit short in terms of being able to handle the different types of projects, different situations that you might encounter. So while they are great products and they are great for streamlining commissioning projects, if you need to deviate from the way that they facilitate and accommodate different types of scenarios, then you might run into problems. And as we all experience on all of our projects, we always encounter different situations. We run different types of projects. Customer requirements are different. So the need to have different ways of managing projects, flexible tools that allow you to accommodate these different situations is very important. And not only on a project by project basis in the same vertical industry, maybe different clients, but many of our customers have relationships in different types of projects in different vertical industries or different types of commissioning projects. So maybe within those, the context of each one of those projects, it's consistent from project to project in terms of workflows and approach and needs. But the needs of those project types are very different. So they need different forms, they need different workflows, they have a different process for each one of those project types. So just some examples, even within the context of new construction commissioning, the workflows and process and requirements and scope for a healthcare project might be significantly different from a project in the mission critical sector, data centers, or something in the biopharma industry, especially if you're getting into the manufacturing side and FDA requirements are involved and so on. And certain industrial projects can be quite a bit different too in terms of the depth that the documentation needs to go. And then there are lead commissioning projects, which might be limited to specifically the lead requirements or many different types of existing building commissioning workflows and processes and requirements. And then test and balance, which is significantly different than your commissioning requirements. So the way Blue Rhythm is designed, it's very flexible and modular, and it's designed to accommodate all of these different workflows and project types using building blocks and a modular approach that you can use to stack together, build up your different workflows, build up your different types of test forms and requirements in templates, as many different template types as you need, and then leverage those as you move forward on these different types of projects. So just to kind of run through some examples of what we're talking about here, there's a tremendous amount of ability to customize project structure, workflows, and forms, check sheets on your projects. So this is an example of maybe where you can split your project and your assets and equipment out into different phases on a project, different systems, subsystems. You can create any type of hierarchy to represent that you might need. The types of activities, the way you organize and the way you name the different activities and create separation between them is totally customizable. So for instance, on this project, check sheets and test forms are split out into the different levels of commissioning, the 5 levels of commissioning that are often used on mission critical projects. Here's another example of a project with many different types of activities that dissect the design phase activities all the way down through the construction phase and really create a lot of different separation and granularity. All of these different types of activities can have different types of forms, different types of requirements that need to be satisfied in order for the work within them to progress. There's a built-in scheduling tool in Blue Rhythm. It's fully integrated into the project. It's part of all projects in Blue Rhythm. It's automatically updated. It's automatically created when you start the project, and all of the activity happening on the project feeds into that and automatically updates the status. Another interesting thing you can do is create different dashboards using the extensive filtering, customizable filtering for either your team or when you give your clients access to a project, for example, you can create a custom dashboard for them based on how your particular project is set up. They can come in and just click on their filter like what's shown in the example here and see just the information that's interesting or important to them. In terms of developing workflows and requirements and enforcing things that maybe the contractors on the project or other guest users that you're bringing in, or even people on your team, if you have multiple people from your company working on a project, you can leverage what we call validation rules in your projects. And that can be all the way down on the line by line level. When it comes to checklists, you can build in validation rules for required file uploads, like what's being shown in the example here. And you can tie all that together and make that all part of, in this case, a pre-functional checklist requirements for a specific piece of equipment. So the required file upload rules are built in or tied in with all of the rules or the requirements for the checklist. So, and all of the status updating and tracking and everything will happen automatically as the guest users come in and satisfy these requirements. So it's very helpful for enforcing those workflows, making it so you don't need to go in and look at every check sheet and look at every test form, look at every file upload to make sure it's done. You can set all this up in the system and have the system validate all this for you and update the dashboards, update the schedules, and handle all that tracking automatically. Tons of flexibility with form building. There's custom form building tools in Blue Rhythm. This is a pretty typical FPT or IST functional test or integrated systems test form, but the options are very extensive in terms of the types of forms that you can create. For example, this is more of a matrix style form with embedded formulas in it. The previous example was for a heating water system. Here's a matrix example for lots of repetitive equipment that you want to test together. Several different ways to achieve these things in the system. And all of this can be built into templates as well. So while there is a large amount of customization and things you can do on a project by project basis, you can also build all this into templates and simply copy it over into your projects when you need it. Issue and punch list tools are all there. Those are simple concepts, and we don't need to spend too much time on that, but it's of course a big part of the collaboration that you gain with a cloud-based system like this, where you're inviting all the subcontractors in. They can fill out data in the system for issues that have been assigned to them. They can attach their notes, they can attach their pictures. There's no limitation on any of picture quantity or anything like that. The other thing that we're excited about, we're about to release this feature, custom issue properties. So you'll be able to define any number of fields or custom properties, so to speak, for issues on your projects. This can really come in handy on existing building efforts where you're tracking things related to energy conservation measures. You want to include information about costs, expected energy savings, and things like that, or any other need you have for any other type of issue tracking and resolution. You can build all that into your issues, populates across the project, and it just gives you a even greater flexibility and control over how you're using the issue and punch list tools. And all of this custom issue data and all of these custom properties, it's all exportable and importable using the batch editing and batch import tools that are built into Blue Rhythm as well. And there's much more to talk about in terms of what the system is capable of. There's a whole suite of report building tools that are best in class. They're extremely simple to use, also very flexible, also something you can build into your templates and copy into your projects. And a lot of things that we didn't even touch on in the examples when it comes to other project collateral, like meeting minutes and design reviews, safety reports. We didn't look at any tab examples, general action items, and anything else that's part of the process. Blue Rhythm can really accommodate the whole thing from early design phase all the way through final closeout and transfer to operations. It's also tied in with the construction technology ecosystem. So we have an open API that other systems can use to talk to Blue Rhythm. We have built-in integrations that you can use to click easy buttons in the system to connect to a Procore project, for example, and transfer data back and forth. We're an Autodesk partner. We have some pretty robust Kobe tools to be able to, for example, import a Kobe export that came from Revit into Blue Rhythm, and then subsequently export Kobe data from Blue Rhythm to another platform. We have API connections that can be used to connect to digital twins and pass data back and forth there, as well as maintenance management platforms, and a number of different ways to handle those types of connections and data transfer. We have native apps for Windows, Apple devices, and Android devices. These native apps are what allows you to connect or to rather pull down your project to a local device, take the project somewhere where you don't have internet service and work on the project, and then synchronize with the cloud once you get back to where you do have service. So there really aren't any device limitations, so to speak. You don't have to use a certain type of device. We have everything covered. We have recommendations for what we see people preferring to use, but there certainly aren't any limitations. So we have a lot of information on our website. We've actually recently updated this. So we have a features video section now you can go take a look at. So we have some highlight videos that talk about, for example, what the process looks like to set up a project, more examples of custom forms and workflows, how the report building tools work, and a bunch of other stuff too. They're all short videos that you can take a look at. We have some case studies from some of our customers who have been really successful with the platform that do a really good job at what they do, and some other stuff there that may be interesting to you. And if any of this is resonating with you, if you have a need for more flexibility than other options you've seen out there, if you're limited from really being able to execute the work the way you want to with the other options out there, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you and sync up and figure out whether or not this might be a good fit for you. So that's all I had for now. Wanted to keep it short and sweet, give everybody some time back in their day, and hope to hear from some of you, and real interested to hear about your teams and your projects. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. We appreciate your time and expertise. And on behalf of the BCA, I'd like to thank everyone for your participation in today's presentation. And please send along any questions you have for Andy. Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.